There he is. All right. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, I can hear you too. All
Perfect.
right. This is working.
Guys, welcome to another episode of The Cook and the Coach. If you are listening on YouTube, you might notice something different today. We are actually, for the first time ever, using video.
Indeed.
This is wild. This is crazy. I guess coronavirus has some good things after all that come out of it. So,
Right? Something positive from all the quarantining and self-isolation and everyone dying. Get some sick video out of the deal.
So for our audience members, just to re-clarify, I know most of you already know this, but the episodes recorded for the last two episodes were done in early March, and now we're recording, what's today's date? The 7th?
Today is, April 7th, 2020.
Yeah, so a lot has changed since we last recorded it.
Dude, honestly.
Like, the whole world has changed since we last recorded.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Not just the country, but pretty much the whole world on lockdown?
A ton of it. Yeah. It's just so crazy. Yeah, man, it's just wild. I was saying at the beginning of the last episode that like listening to old podcasts feels like a time capsule, and this feels even like 100% more so. Like it's totally out there, like so strange.
I feel like almost everything we've said, like the last episode was like, not all of it, but a lot of it is like now just obsolete information.
It really is,
like, not relevant anymore.
Yeah, you know? Unfortunately. So yeah. Also, we didn't say, but anyone watching the video can tell. So we're recording this via Zoom, and we're not in our normal little studio area that we would normally be recording this. Normally be recording in the dungeon, but right now I'm in a basement, technically in the garage. And Baze, it looks like you're on the porch.
I am indeed in the porch in the backyard.
Nice.
Yeah. So if the audio quality is not up to par, please bear with us. We'll get that sorted out straight away here.
For sure.
But we get video, so it's a little trade-off today.
For sure. I'm excited. This feels good to have the video. I'm happy about it. This is sweet.
Oh, Ken, it's National Beer Day, right?
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, should we be cracking a cold one during this pod?
What do you think's in this cup?
What do you have in there? Hey, no.
I have what's the brand? Able.
So quick. Okay, yeah, Able. Yeah, I know Able.
Yeah, it's their golden ale.
No.
Say a green screen.
I hate quarantine.
But no.
Hold on, just a second. No, what are you doing?
I need to.
What do you need to do this for? Okay, you need to close this up right away. I'm doing a recording right now.
Are you on a Zoom call?
I am on a Zoom call, yeah.
This is entertaining, guys. I love this.
This is infuriating. Now, I specifically asked everyone not to come in here for a little bit, so can you please close the door immediately? Start at 6:30. Come on. My little sister is scootering right now. You're not going to make it. No, you're not going to make it under there. She tried to close it and then run through with the scooter.
Yeah, that's called a concussion.
Yeah, no, you're going to get a concussion if you do that.
Trust me, I want one, Nelly.
She's like, I got a helmet.
No,
Beza said you don't want a concussion. It's going to be bad.
I had a helmet too.
Beza had a helmet too. Here, just take it up through the main area, okay? Just through the house. Thank you. No more pushing it. I know you do. Thank you.
Guys, so usually we have our cook and coach segments, which are basically whether we want to do them or not at this point. Mm-hmm. But like, I think we're all just like stunned by this thing we're all going through right now.
Yeah.
Can we come up with anything for our segment today?
No.
I kind of want to start off with this for the pod.
Yeah.
Is it okay? I have two thoughts. And I want your opinion on this, Ken.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's making it out worse than it actually is. And what I mean by that is, like, obviously it's your situation. People are dying. It's high incubation rate, highly contagious, all that. I totally get it.
Right.
My thing is, everyone's acting like it's the worst thing in the world.
Mhm.
That, like, they're at home.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I get it. People are getting laid off. People aren't able
Yeah.
to work, and they don't have any income. Which I'm blessed enough to still be working and still have income. But I understand for a lot of people that's not the situation. But for the people who are able to work from home, I see a lot of people complaining, like, a lot on social media. I'm not gonna name names, I don't do that. But I see a lot of people who are still working from home complaining about how terrible it is. It's like, you live in a first world country. If you want to go to the grocery store, you get groceries still.
Mhm.
You have access to water, you have electricity,
Mhm.
you have a bed to sleep on at night, like, and you're still making money. Like,
Yeah.
how are you complaining? Am I wrong for thinking that, or is
No,
someone
you're not wrong for thinking that. No, I agree with
Go on
that. I wish I could be doing my job remotely right now. That would make my life so much easier. Like, if people are still employed and they're just mainly just stuck at home, like, I would choose not to have this problem overall.
Well, yeah,
but
we
if you
all would, yeah,
right,
yeah.
but given the situation, you're stuck at home, you have your basic needs met if you're working from home, what's the problem? That does bother me, actually, but I get it. I'm actually
That's all I'm
surprised.
saying.
I would have expected a different take from you, though, because we talked, I think, on the Q episode about how much of an extrovert you are, and I've just have been thinking you've got to be just dying right now.
Well, that's the interesting thing for me, right? Because I thought it'd be the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, we talk about this with Q and with Josh. Maybe talk about a little bit with Misky and Jess too. But I am someone who was, like, constantly stimulated, right?
Right.
I'm working 4 jobs. I'm working out 2 hours a day. I'm having social time with friends. As much time as I can throughout the week. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always go 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 go.
Right.
And with all this, like, happening, and I'm not allowed to go out to places on weekends. I'm not allowed to go to restaurants, whatever. I'm saving money.
Yeah.
So there's a plus there. I'm still making 2 of my jobs I'm not able to work at right now, unfortunately. But 2 of my other jobs, I am able to still work and make money, which is great. And on top of that, so let me break it down even further. So basically, 2 of my jobs, I got furloughed, right? I mean, I don't know what that word means, but, like, I can't show up.
Right.
We're not paying you. You ain't showing up. We'll see what happens after this. Blah blah.
Furlough is basically like a
job,
temporary, like, friendly layoff, from my experience.
Yeah. Right.
Much.
So my church job, they're saying, hey, don't come in, stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
We're still going to pay you. So they're still paying me.
That's nice.
And then my nursing home job, I'm still showing up to a few days a week. I'm still putting them, 10, 15 hours a weekend. So for me, I've all this time. And, one thing that I've always struggled with my fitness goals is, I'm a strong guy. I'm in shape. But I never, like, really reached my goals. And now I have all this time where I can actually sleep of late hours. I have time where I can actually get a full workout in. I have time where I can actually calculate my macros and cook all my meals,
That's awesome.
I don't use cut corners anymore. And my body composition has changed, like, so much over the past 2 weeks. I'm pushing a lot of weight, Yes, I do have access to a weight room, which is amazing,
Totally.
Obviously, if I didn't have access to that weight room, life would be a lot different for me.
Sure.
But instead of spending all this time with friends, which fills me up and which I do need, which I am missing, I am able to replace that time and energy and focus all to my fitness goals.
Mm-hmm.
And to, like, finally have time where I can focus all my energy, all my passion into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm not even, like, sad not seeing my friends, because for the first time in my life, I'm able to focus on this 110%. And it feels amazing.
Oh, Vase, I'm so happy to hear that. That's really good. I was concerned for you because I was like, man, he's like one of the most social people I know, like I figured you'd be really struggling, but that's so cool that you found a way to like use it to your benefit. That's dope. I've been I've finally been making, with all of this extra time on my hands, I've just been trying to set aside some time on a daily basis just for my body, even if it's literally just going for a walk around like my neighborhood for an hour or something like that. Like, and honestly, it's felt like amazing just proving to myself that I can carve out some time and like take care of that. It feels really good.
Right. That's awesome.
I've been doing a lot of walks. I feel like an old person, but I went on a walk today and it was like foggy, and I saw like chipmunks and a bunch of ducks and like 3 deer, and I just felt like I was in some weird like movie or fairy tale or something. It was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, dude, it's okay. Speaking of like jogging, going for walks.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like when it warms up here in Minnesota, like people go out for walks. They start exercising a little bit outside. You see that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's been like up to like the 10th degree, the coronavirus thing.
Yeah,
every spring you'll come outside, but like not to this extent. This is like a different level we're having here.
No, it's pretty great. Here's my hope that as many people survive this as possible, and the other thing is that like there are like really positive long-term effects from it that people make in terms of their schedule and like their habits. I think that'd be so cool. Like I don't know what like a good example would be, but it's just kind of again, I would choose not to have this problem if I could choose like not to. But since we have it, it's kind of cool that we're almost like a World War II type situation where the entire world is being affected negatively by like this problem, and like everyone knows where they were when that was happening. Like businesses are doing something totally different, like, so that's really interesting to me, like about how that would happen. So I'm really curious to see like if people actually make a commitment to working out more, or like being like smarter with money, or more frugal, or I really think there's going to be an insane jump in how much time people spend with each other socially, and like events and social gatherings in general. I feel like there's going to be like a boom of that once this is done. And I feel like it'll be like a generational thing, like people from our generation or younger ones too. They'll remember what that's like to not have that option. It's like it's so bizarre.
Right. Do you think we're going to go, do you think we'll have like big social events again when this is all over?
For sure it'll happen when it's all over. You don't think so?
Because I thought like I was in the same boat as you. I was like, oh yeah, for sure, we're all gonna like have the big like party, whatever. But like, the more I've been talking to people, the more I've been convinced that like life as we knew it before is not gonna happen anymore. And
just like permanently, you think?
Yeah, I don't know what that would look like. But I feel like, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like life's just not going to be 100% the way it used to be after this.
I could see.
I don't know what that's going to look like. Yeah. But like, I have a feeling, it's like a feeling I have. Like, we're just not going to be what we were before this. There's going to be some element of change. I don't know what it's going to take the shape of, but I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe there could be like certain like restrictions for how you could say like enter a concert or something like that, like or more common like health checks for public areas, or maybe even more spacing in general in public places like restaurants or something like that. I don't really know. That's interesting.
Yeah. Again, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. It's at what capacity, but I just feel like the world's not going to be the same after this.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I really hope that like, go ahead. Yeah. What are you saying?
Well, I mean, I think this might be like a poor example, but like the same way that 9/11 like changed the way we did like security, like forever.
Right.
I think this pandemic will change the way we do health and like health precautions forever. Does that make sense?
Yeah. If they can do it, like make positive changes, I'd be so down for that. Like, I hope that they keep like this level of urgency in terms of producing things like ventilators and respirators and such until like the entire world has like a reliable stockpile in case anything else like went. Like I feel like there should be warehouses and warehouses filled with different types of like emergency supplies in like every state, every country. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
like the fact that
yeah. I was gonna say like they're definitely gonna invest way more into like health defense after this, in the future. They're gonna definitely invest more money in that.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy. I watched a video this afternoon about how Tesla is making their ventilators. It was pretty interesting. They're repurposing a lot of their equipment that they would be using for some of their vehicles, and they're finding a way to use it to turn it into a respirator and then making small modifications. And I know almost nothing about the engineering part of it, but it was really cool to see them walk through it. Yeah, they had like, there's a video, I forget which, it might have been just on their website, I don't know, but I saw it on social media and it's really cool. They had like 4 different engineers walking through like, all right, well, this is a piece that we use in this part of the car. We've repurposed it to whatever, like bring oxygen through here, mix it with normal air. Like we have like this board that's like really simple to set up in case there are problems. They had like a like they had like a mechanized thing to like simulate a lung. So it's like breathing in and out, like, like those like when you were I'm forgetting the word for it, but stoking a fire, like those old fashioned things. It's kind of like one of those on its side, but like mechanized. And so that was like in the place of a lung.
About.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, like it's already happening. They're already changing the way we do things already because of this.
Totally. But that's like that particular thing is more temporary because it's just like because it's like wartime effort basically of like repurposing that type of thing. But I think GM and Ford are doing a bunch of stuff. I think they're making a bunch of ventilators. 3M is holding it down too. Shout out Minnesota. They've been like killing it.
Shout out 3M. Yeah, baby.
3M's been killing it. I think
shout out Jess.
It's Jess saving the world, man.
Yeah.
He's loving working from home. It's like his favorite thing.
Yeah, Jess has no difference in lifestyle because of this.
Man.
Like literally zero difference in lifestyle.
Dude, I swear. Dude, so I got furloughed at my my hospitality job for like my full-time thing, and if and or when I go back to that job once all this craziness is over, like I really want to try to negotiate a work from home part of my employment, just because because now how could you not argue that like so many people can do that now,
That's
I have to put that in.
The job economy so much.
Yeah.
So many people are going to ban the work from home after this. It's going to be crazy.
It's very much like water cooler talk, whatever, but I think it's so true that it's like you're not going to be able to argue that as many jobs need to be done in the building that it's being done in. Like remote working is going to become so much like it's going to be undeniable.
Yeah. I mean, think about Kari. Kari, one of our best friends, she's an accountant and she already does like 2/3 of her work from home as it is.
Right.
So like even for her, like there was almost no difference in like working from home versus like in the office.
Totally.
Like this is gonna totally change like the job economy, from this decade, It's gonna reshape the way we do our jobs,
Maybe that'll be like an architecture change, like way more houses after this point have home offices as like as a super common part of the house or something like that, Like,
yeah, I mean,
being that just be a general consideration for any place that you'd be moving into.
Yeah, it'd be less need for like big office spaces, but homes might change because, you might need an extra room for a home office, That definitely could be the case.
Dude, I'm hoping that I've never used a bidet before, but I really think that this might be what the bidet market needs. I've been getting targeted. My phone's been listening to me.
Like a year now.
Bro. Yeah, you go ahead.
Let's get sponsored by a bidet company and then try them out.
Let's do it. Yes.
Dude,
we need that to happen. Dude, that's got to be our
totally
sponsor. I would 100%. Well, here's my problem with doing a bidet. Like, as much as I want to do it, I've been considering doing it for so long. But my thing is, like, I'll only ever want to shit at that one toilet in my house. Like from then on, I won't feel clean if I
What's the
have to
point?
shit anywhere else, like in any other place. If I ever had to take a shit anywhere else, do you know what I mean?
Right, but most of the shits you take are in your house.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. But I feel like that might be an adjustment period. Like once you go to that
How?
amazing, well, once you check if it's really that great, right? If it's really that amazing, then whenever you have one that's
Okay.
not, you're gonna feel like dirty. You know?
It's like, Ken, it's like when you play like sports in like high school or college. It's like, yeah, would you rather shower at home? Yeah, of course you would, obviously. But like after you're done working out and you're sweaty, you go shower in the gym locker room. That's what you do.
Might be
Obviously,
right.
prefer a shower at home, but like
Mhm.
when you gotta take care of business, you take care of business.
You know what? You're right. You've convinced me. I have no more qualms, and I'm ready for us to sponsor a bidet company.
Ken, I am so for this. I'm gonna look into it.
Tushy, I know Tushy is a popular brand. My phone's been listening to me, I swear. They've been targeted. I haven't Googled bidets, but I've been getting so many pop-up ads for bidets. It's wild.
I had a couple on Instagram too. Yeah, I had
Really?
a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
No,
trying to get
Ken,
me.
speaking of sponsorships, guys, there's potentially, a brand or two that might be coming into work. So we will let you know about that as soon as we get things finalized.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And Yumi will talk off air, obviously, about it. But
For sure.
Ken, I wanted to bring up something with you.
Yeah.
And I've actually had a couple conversations about this via Instagram, and actually during a Bible study today over Zoom, we had talked about this a little bit too. There's this meme going around. I don't know, it's like meme or text or whatever on social media. It's going everywhere, where it's like, if you think it's like, since you have all this time, you should be able to start your new side hustle, your new hobby, learn a new skill, blah blah. And then a lot of people are posting that. A lot of people are posting that also with that same text, but then underneath it, there's another text that says something else with the thing above it crossed out. Does that make sense? Where it says like, actually, don't worry about it. If you're suffering through mental health at this time, don't feel pressure to start a new skill or learn a new thing or to build a new brand.
Sure.
So I'm wondering, Ken, what do you agree with? Do you agree with the fact that, hey, you have all this free time, go out and do shit and get a lot of things done and accomplish new things? Or do you agree with the second part that says like, hey, don't worry about it, take time to focus on your mental health, just chill at home, don't worry about being productive? Or are you somewhere in the middle? Because I know where I stand.
Yeah. I think that I've seen a couple of those articles too. And I feel like it obviously varies for everybody. My thing is like, I am in the middle and I'll fluctuate like crazy. So I'll have a day where I'm doing a ton of training videos. I'm making a ton of shit. I'm like really inspired and like encouraged. I like maybe like work out twice in one day, like killing it.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, feeling great. And then there are other days, like literally like it can often be like the next day I'm like, if I can just get half or like a quarter of that done today, that will be like a huge victory. And honestly, I think it's just because we're in uncharted territories in terms of like our daily rhythms and like all the external stress we have. So I wouldn't, if you're feeling too stressed or anxious or depressed or whatever else, like, bro, I can totally relate to that. And like, just like take it at your own pace. But I wouldn't, I don't, past that though, if you're not feeling particularly depressed or anxious or anything and you're not making a good use of this, like what are you doing? This is like literally a once in a lifetime chance you're having, as long as you still like are covered in terms of like financially, you're not worrying like crazy about that, in which case just grind and hustle and do what you got to do. Obviously my bills currently are lower than low, which is really ideal, and so I have free time, but I know that's not for everybody. But what about you?
I'll kind of go back to what I was saying earlier. Like, obviously, anxiety, depression, very real things. You and me both have had our own personal issues with it.
Yeah.
Very real things to deal with. If you lost your job during this time, obviously that's very stressful and that's very hard, especially if your landlord isn't, suspending your rent or whatever. It can be pretty difficult. I don't know. I feel like, obviously if you're struggling with mental health issues, like, yeah, take this time to focus on being healthy again and, take it one day at a time. But, like, at the same time, like, moping around for 16 hours a day watching Netflix is not going to help out either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like Andrew Schultz is saying on his podcast, which he does every day now, which I think is so helpful for me personally. It's a way to cap off my day.
Yeah.
But he was saying, like, this is one of the very few times in, like, human history, not like all, like, happens every, couple, decades. No, it's one of the few times in, like, all of human history where the entire world's on pause.
Yeah.
The entire world's on pause. So, like,
totally.
if the entire world's on pause, you sleep 8 hours a night, you have 16 hours in a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
just get shit done.
Yeah. Just
16 hours.
You had 16 hours.
I get it. Yeah, listen, I'm guilty of it too. I'm watching The Office for, hour or two at night. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
But I'm also doing 2 workouts a day. I'm also, spend a lot of time last week getting these podcasts uploaded, like,
totally.
I'm always trying to find something new to do every day. And I get it if you're going through mental health issues and you're struggling and stuff, but also, like, sitting around all day is not going to help those things.
Right.
Like,
right.
you can actually probably alleviate some of those things from getting stuff done and being productive in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying write a novel. I'm not saying, start a whole new business in a week, but like, take steps to be productive and to get new things done and maybe learn one new skill a week or,
mm-hmm.
like, just my thing is, like, you should be able to do something with this time.
Totally. I think
like
what's helped me, I agree. Ideally, you could do something with it. One thing that's helped me when I've had, like, those fluctuations, I'll sometimes think about, like, okay, there are days when I want to play the game of accomplishing a ton of shit and making a bunch of stuff, learning a bunch of stuff, like, really just killing it. And then there are other days where I'm literally just like, I need to just stay afloat. I just need to, like, just flow through this moment and not try to make it be like playing the game of, like, going through your day like a checklist and getting a lot of stuff done. Like, that's fun and that can work, but you got to give yourself breaks, especially because, like, there isn't a clear end date on when this lockdown is going to be done or this quarantine is going to be done or when they'll have vaccines or when life will start to return to normal. So you have to be careful. You got to make sure you don't just push yourself too hard for too long, because then you're really going to crash, like, and you're going to continue to crash after that, and that's not good either.
Okay, but if you crash, what happens?
Well, I mean, for me, I'll feel, like, paralyzed. I feel like I can't get anything done. Sometimes I'll get sick.
No, but let me clarify what I mean by that. It's like, if you crash, like, what's going to happen? Oh, no, you can't go to work the next day?
Oh, sure. I know what you mean. Yeah, but you don't want to, you don't want to weaken your immune system. You know what I mean? Like, you want to make sure you're staying healthy and you're taking care of yourself.
But you're already at home.
But you can't go into that. I'm just saying you want to make sure that you're getting more sleep. That's helping your immune system. I wouldn't say, like, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely
wouldn't. I'm trying to say, though, right?
Get as much sleep as possible. I do know what you mean. Yeah. I just don't want to stress people out.
Let me say it this way. If you're ever going to crash at some point, now's the time.
Now's the time.
Am I wrong?
I guess it depends on how hard people crash. If you're just if you're just exhausted, then I agree with you.
Yeah, like not going to the hospital crash. I mean, but, like, if you're, like, burning yourself out from, like, working so hard on so many different things, it's like, I just need a day to, like, relax. Guess what? You can take it and relax. Ain't none of us gonna be out of here until the summertime.
No, at least.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel that. Just don't compromise your immune system is all. But no, I agree. Bro, I have sawdust on my thing right now because I'm literally in the garage and I've been, like, learning how to sand things down. Like, I'm trying to learn how to, like, help out because we're doing some renovation stuff at my parents' house where I'm staying right now, and, like, I might be building, like, a shelving thing with them. Like, I've been doing a shit ton of yard work, which has been so great. Like,
there you go.
Yeah, I might do some painting. Also, unrelated, but I'm gonna grab a cider to join you with the alcohol. All right,
Hey, if you're at home, you got something to sip on. Hey, cheers to the quarantine. We're all gonna get through this.
salute.
Cheers, everybody. Salute.
I love this one.
All right. Here's a question that I've been going back and forth on. And everyone has a different take, which I love. Everyone has like a totally different take on what's going to happen.
Sure.
Like no two people have the same exact one. When are we getting out of this? When does this all end?
We have to be more specific.
Well,
when does it all end?
It's twofold. It's twofold. When are we gonna see decline and slowly get back to normal life? And when's like the actual day where like things are like totally back to normal? Because those are like two different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're slowly reintroducing ourselves back into society. And then a day where it's like, okay, we can fully go back to how it was.
Yeah.
It's like 2 different days, I feel like.
Well, the main problem I'm feeling right now is like if everyone stays locked down and really actually does socially distance as much as possible, I could see it's like like drastically decreasing and slowing down in the next like 2 or 3 months. I think is like a reasonable estimate.
2 or 3 months. Interesting.
Yeah. Because I don't think that people are still need to do grocery shopping. They're still essential workers. Like, so that will have some of a spread, but I feel like anything less than 2 or 3 months is just like too optimistic. But then I would say hopefully less than 6 months, people can start like just not, I don't know. Like I would hope that obviously earlier, but I would think probably 6 months until all of this stuff is done globally.
Okay, so you think 6 months is like, we're like back to completely normal. Everything's back the way it was.
That's my guess.
The day where we're like, but you think 2-3 months to like we slowly start like going back to like doing things like outside the house.
Maybe somewhere in between that 3 to 6 month period.
I have a theory, and I low-key really hope I'm right. I think we're gonna like slowly get back to normal, like early to mid June.
Okay.
I think the weekend of the 4th, Trump's gonna say, "We're back to normal, everybody. We're all back in business. We're all back to how it was," and then we go twice as hard on the weekend of the 4th, celebrating America. That's
ooh, that could be fun.
I think it's a reasonable timeline too.
Yeah, I mean, so 4th of July would be like 3 months from now, roughly. May, June, July, almost.
Yeah, May, June, 3 months.
I could see that. Maybe 3 months people can go out. It really comes down to, okay, that's a good incentive. This is good. If you actually want to go hard on the 4th of July, then stay the fuck inside until then.
That's what I'm saying.
Stay the fuck inside.
How more patriotic everyone would be,
dude.
If like, but like, wouldn't that be like the greatest 4th of July of all time?
Everyone's back like, together.
Literally, like the day before.
Ooh, that's the boost that the 4th of July needs right now.
How lit would 4th of July be if that happened?
People would die. People would die from
mayhem
from so many other causes just on the 4th because of that.
like again, everyone knows I think I talked about this before about my political stance. You know, I'm not right. I'm not left. I have some thoughts that are right. I have some thoughts that are left. A lot of time in the middle. That's how I see the world, right? But I see a lot of liberals who like hate on America, who like are disgusted by America. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of people on the left who like are anti-gun, who are like super woke about, you know, rights of everybody, whatever. They're not caring about rights right now. They've been super quiet. I've seen a lot of people who are anti-gun talking about getting guns.
Really? You've seen that?
All over. I've also seen a lot of people, my friends who are on the right, who are, you know, small government, you know, are like, we need more government assistance. We need more government assistance, you know? All of a sudden going to like the left side being like, on the socialist side. It's super interesting to see like this flip flop of like both sides. That's why I'm like, everything's got to be middle. Everything's got to be middle.
Mm-hmm.
I think, obviously people on the right are all about 4th of July. People on the left typically are not about 4th of July. They're like, oh, we get this land from the natives, whatever. I think if that were to happen, where like Trump's like, hey, 4th of July, it's on. Everything's ready to go. Everything's good to go. I think you see the whole country just have like a huge like just
Everyone
go
comes
like
together
twice as hard as I ever did. Yeah, man.
That could be sweet.
That's my prediction. And you know why? You know why Trump's going to do that? Because things will be good by then, but also it'll raise this patriotic like mood in the country. Make him more likely to be elected in November.
Yeah, he's all for. He knows a good photo op. He wants that.
Thought about,
dude. He wants those fireworks
so much.
He wants those
fireworks. I thought
about
this
for
so
sure.
much, Ken.
Clearly.
Dude, I think it's going to happen. I think we're all back in business by the 4th. I think we're on lockdown till June-ish. And then, like the last week in June or around that time, Trump says, hey, go out and do your thing. And then, go crazy.
I could see that. I like that theory.
What's your...
Go ahead.
Yeah. What's a coronavirus? Maybe you can wrap on this. Maybe you can keep going, whatever. But what is your favorite coronavirus theory, or what's a theory you like think might be actually true about coronavirus?
Ooh,
there's lots out there, and it's super fun to listen to.
I've only heard a couple. My favorite that I don't know if it's really happened or not, but a lot of people have kind of alluded to it. But like the population control one, where like they leaked it from the lab in Wuhan, and maybe Bill Gates did it, maybe the Chinese government did, maybe the deep state, brother. Like, who knows? That's
I've
a fun
heard of
theory.
Bill Gates one.
Well, because he's I think he's one of the I forget. I might be totally wrong on this, but I think he's connected with that lab. I don't really know why.
Well, he was like one of the first people to like talk about it, wasn't he? Like literally one of the very first people to like make it up.
Well, he did a TED talk years ago about how he was saying the next really bad thing that'll happen to humanity is basically a pandemic, like what happened.
Well, there's that. He also talked about like specifically Wuhan, like back in like October, and then like
interesting.
Both him and then Bob Iger from Disney both left positions like once everything started going bad.
Interesting.
It's just like a
like
it's one of those like
what's going on here?
Man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's funny. What about you? Do you have a favorite?
Well, obviously mine like I came up with. There's mine.
Sure.
I love the theory of like, oh, it's like a virus that China came up with. You know.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty
the only damper in that theory for me is that Mike, who's that guy who was on Joe Rogan from the U of M?
Michael Oberstein.
Michael O.
Yeah.
You're saying like this virus is like too complex and like, you know, too strong to like be like man-made.
Right.
So that was like, oh, I put it there with my theory. But like that thing that's like, oh, it's from China. It only kills the old. It's like by their biomedical like warfare center.
Sure.
Like it's almost like too perfect of a storm.
It's pretty crazy.
Like not believing.
Yeah.
Like it's not true. But in a sick, twisted, perverted way, I almost want it to be true.
I know what you mean. Like wanting it to be like a cool story. Like this would be pretty interesting. That's actually
like
something.
The perfect movie plot.
It's pretty good. Yeah, man. There've been some dark stuff, some dark things that have come up that I'm like, yep, I saw this in movies like this. This is fucking crazy. What was I gonna say though? There's something about. So you're saying, how Michael O was saying that. Don't worry about what we can create, worry about what nature can create in terms of viruses because they're way more deadly. Well, one thought about why it still might have come from that lab, I guess, is and obviously this is just playing telephone at this point, but I heard that the bat who they were originally speculating might have had it, that disease-ridden bat. Like apparently you can find it a really far way away from that lab, like in a mountainous cave. So it's like it's not, it wouldn't be as close to like the wet market where allegedly things kind of started or spawned up. But it also seems super deadly and maybe not something that was like human made. So one theory is like maybe the bats were being examined or researched in the lab and then it got out from there. So it was natural, but it was like leaked. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It really does feel like a movie.
I remember one of the very first things I heard about this virus, like back in like even like February, like early March, like the very first things I heard was like, oh, like they're like testing on like some animals in the lab. Then like one of the people that work in the lab like sold it to like wet market and like that's how it spread.
Oh, weird. I haven't heard that one. Bro.
And like that makes a lot of sense.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's like it didn't happen, but it's definitely believable.
That's so funny. Yeah. Bro, this is sad. But New York's really just getting their shit kicked in right now. It's so rough.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Schultz and Akash talk about like every day. It's just like terrible there.
So bad. Another telephone stat, I'm not sure if it's accurate, but I heard that like more people have died from this than like 9/11 in New York so far. Which, if that's
really?
True, I think so. Someone should fact check that, but that is what I heard. But no, speaking of New York, the reason I bring it up. Yeah, Jamie, I'll pull that up. One thing that happened though, so the Bronx Zoo tiger is sick with the coronavirus, according to the New York Times.
I saw that.
Tiger King, bro. All these tiger stats.
We need to talk about Tiger King on the next episode for sure.
I still have to watch it. I know. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. You're binging it, and then we're going to record Thursday or Friday. We're going to talk about it.
Dang. Well, how long are the episodes? There's like 7 of them, right?
Like 40 minutes each.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, I'll start binging
but
it.
Ken, like literally, you'll be like literally like a minute and a half in, you'll be like, oh, I'm finishing this in one sitting. I promise you, it's the most entertaining watch since Game of Thrones, probably.
Wow. That's absurdly high praise. I think you might be losing your mind in this quarantine.
No. It's so entertaining. Like, I am just fascinated by these people in this documentary. It's so interesting. None of it makes sense. It feels like straight out of a movie, but it's all like real life stuff. Man. It's the most fascinating documentary I've ever seen in my life. It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's so entertaining. You can't stop watching once you start.
Dude, yeah, I've heard nothing but things. I saw this one meme of Tiger King where it was like it was like a before and after meme, and it was Calvin and Hobbes is the before, and then Tiger King is after. And I'm like, I haven't even seen the show, but I already love this analogy. This is great.
No, I guarantee you won't. It's so entertaining because you can't believe what's happening in a documentary is real.
Right.
Like it doesn't like this shouldn't be real. This should be like a wacky like Pain and Gain movie. You know, remember Pain and Gain? I remember. Like it's a good movie because it's so crazy and so over the top.
Yeah, and it actually happens.
That's what's like a real life documentary.
I love those. Yeah, Netflix just has some good ones with that. All right, I'll watch it. We'll talk about it on the pod.
Yeah. Do you want to record Thursday or Friday? Or even like Saturday? I don't care. Just another time this week.
Let's do this weekend. I think we can do this weekend. I don't know if Thursday would work, but
this weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Guys, are we wrapping up or you want to talk more or what's the deal?
I don't have anything else. I'm happy. If you're good, I'm good.
Guys, we know some of you are struggling. We know a few probably either got furloughed or lost your job. We just want to say we're thinking of you. It's a tough time for everybody, but we're all going to get through it. There is light in the tunnel. I think Governor Walt's supposed to talk tomorrow about an update to the lockdown situation.
Sure.
I've been hearing a lot of people saying he's actually going to lift some of the rules already. So we'll see about that. But
interesting.
Yeah, we're thinking of you guys. We're praying for you guys. We love you guys. take this time to, be with your families, be close to your loved ones. And also it's just time to, be productive. I'm not saying if write a novel or, come up with, a brand new business and, start it up. But, maybe just read like a chapter of a book every day. Maybe, go out for a run every day, do something productive if you can. Any last thoughts for the people?
Not basically just reiterating what you were saying. Like, even if you feel overwhelmed with all the craziness that's going on, just see if you can try to give yourself a great day from start to finish. Like, try to include the things in your day that you would, as many of those things as you can. And yeah, if you have questions for us, like hit us up, like fitness or food questions. Like I'm sure we'll be happy to like answer them and give you tips in terms of like exercises you can do or like meals you can cook. I'd certainly be happy to help and try to give some advice if I can. But yeah, I hope everyone stays safe and seriously, like just stay the fuck home and maybe we can celebrate 4th of July.
Stay the fuck home. I want to be an Okaboji on the boat with hams in my hand, celebrating the 4th, okay?
Hell yeah.
If you guys ruin that for me, I'm going to be upset. So let's get rid of staying by the 4th, all right?
True.
Guys, podcast, Cook and the Coach on Instagram, the Cook and the C1 on Twitter, my Instagram, Beza, BAEZATENSAIE on IG. Ken?
On IG, for me, it's KPMartin2, KPMartin2. That's it.
Guys, we love you. Another episode in the books. Yeah. We'll see you soon, all right?
I love.
Peace.
All right. See you guys later.